My name is Rachael Lounds. I'm an assistant head teacher of behaviour and attendance, and I work at Chiswick School. So we had feedback from other schools about the positive impact which Rising Futures had had with their pupils. It was something which myself and Miss Eleanor, the head teacher, were really quite interested in. We wanted to, our main focus was to look at pupils who hadn't had other types of intervention and other key areas to help them engaging with school a little bit better. And we all felt like your programme was something that we could work with pupils who were quite low in confidence, and although they're in school then they don't necessarily have a large presence in school, really the middle ground pupils who we didn't want to be forgotten. I felt like the programme was really well organised and offered a wide selection of activities, not only the in-person coaching which we found really helpful, but also the fact that you had a variety of activities including like team building exercises that the kids could interact with and have a bit of fun. But also I think the one that I was most looking forward to was the World of Work trip that you had, and I cannot express to you how excited I was seeing just the Chiswick School logo on the London Stock Exchange. Really kind of pulled home the influence that you guys had and just how much the kids were talking about it afterwards. I think that plus the guidance for them to continue on the programme was something that we felt was really important. This is not just like a standalone, very brief bit where we're just injecting support a moment in their time. It's something that builds up their skills that they can continue on afterwards. I think the fact that you guys come in person here, but also provide the online coaching is quite beneficial to, rather than just having members of staff in school kind of sitting in a room and helping them, they get to see that the people who are involved, they get to build relationships with you guys as well, who physically come in the building. But also, as I said before, is one of the key things where the skills that you are teaching them, that you're building with them, is something that they can continue on, rather than kind of injecting a lot of money into a small space kind of thing. And variety and all of it, to be honest, it's been quite an amazing programme. I think that's one of the things that are your real strengths. Every person who comes into school and does the online coaching are all DBS checked. Very easy to get all of that information. We share a Google file and everything is put in there. The communication is second to none, and we know exactly where we're at different points and what coaching is happening well. Honestly, as a school liaison, it's one of the easiest things I've ever had to sign up for, because you guys are so self-sufficient, you just run yourselves, and all I need to do is kind of assess how well it's going. So honestly, top notch. One of the things that I found really good about this programme is when, unfortunately, some pupils couldn't continue engaging because they left the school, we were able to interject new pupils to take on the opportunity, and even though they missed out on the first couple of coaching sessions, they still fit right in really quickly. And one pupil in particular who started only into like the week 3 of coaching, I see her pretty much at the end of every day, and she just has spoken so much to me. And this is a pupil who wouldn't normally speak to teachers in the corridor, feels so confident to kind of go up to you and speak to you about everything that's happening, which is just so unusual for her. And you can see kind of the building in confidence in themselves about speaking about this experience. And I think the kids as well themselves, at the beginning they were questioning why they were being chosen, but now they're just thankful that they were. So it's a real switch of that kind of mental mindset that they had. I would definitely recommend this programme to other schools. I think that the work that you do with the kids is phenomenal. I think it's something that schools can build on and use alongside other interventions that are taking place. I don't think it should be used as a supplication for something, but I think the key thing is that your company and schools work together to build on the positive relationships that you are so good at creating. I think if schools don't take on this opportunity, they are doing a disservice to their pupils, because it's something that I think all students could really benefit from. it's a lot to pick from, to be honest with you. I do think personally my favourite thing is seeing the Chiswick School logo and the London Stock Exchange, because just kind of having that vision with the kids, I think it's just so cool to kind of see. But also, do you know, after that trip to the London Stock Exchange, a lot of the kids were quite apprehensive about it, because I think in comparison to the Into the Wild trip, which the kids knew that was going to be very physical and very interactive, which we already knew was an easy sell, with the World of Work trip, they were quite apprehensive about it really being boring and not that exciting, and just spending a day talking to like boring people. But actually that was the one that they all came back and they were singing the most positive praise about, which I was very surprised at, because they really enjoyed listening to the people's stories about how they got into their careers and how they got into their industries. And I think that's the one where they probably learned the most from and appreciated it the most.